angeweza kusimama mbele yako.
It is the 6th day of January. The year is 2024, a day that has had a lot happening in the country and beyond. Our reporters have been up and about, interacting with different people and different issues. They have brought you different stories, and here are the top ones. Two days after 5 died in Nakuru-Eldoret highway accident, one person dies on the same road this morning. Raila Odinga criticizes the government for forcefully evicting landowners without notice. Met Department reports heavy rains to continue till next week. And in sports, Gor Mahia concludes the first leg of the FKF Premier League with an unbeaten run. This is KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. And our brother Moses Gitonga is with us in the sign language interpretation tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, 2 days after an accident claimed the lives of 5 people in the Timboroa area along Nakuru-Eldoret Highway, a fatal accident has today claimed the life of one person at Mustard area along the same highway at around 5 a.m. this morning. The accident involving 4 vehicles, including Isuzu motor vehicles and a Mercedes-Benz trailer, left several others injured. Those injured are receiving treatment at Nakuru Provincial General Hospital. As the National Police Service says, investigations have commenced. All motorists have been urged to be extra cautious on the roads to prevent road crashes. And Azimio leader Raila Odinga has criticized the government for forcefully evicting landowners without issuing notice to them. Odinga, through a statement, has called out on President William Ruto for allowing demolitions to be done under his watch. According to Odinga, President Ruto should ensure that residents evicted in different parts of the country are compensated as he promised during his campaign. Odinga has also demanded a stop of demolitions taking place in Sambweni, Voi, to give time to the householders to look for alternative means of accommodation. And the Kenya Met Department has reported that strong rains would persist for the next 7 days in several areas of the nation. In a weekly forecast of the January 6th to January 12th, Kenya Met reported that while the northeastern and northwestern regions of the country will remain dry, the southern half of the country will see significant rains. The statement further stated that a child had lost his life in Kibera and properties damaged, and the Met Department has therefore warned Kenyans to be cautious. And in our county wrap, authorities in Laikipia County have seized bang worth 5 million Kenya shillings after it was revealed that the bang was being ferried from Tanzania to an unknown place in Meru. Elsewhere, the Member of Parliament Manyata Gitonga Mukunji has called on leaders who are opposing the new universal health coverage to turn back and support the policy, claiming that it will be of great impact to Kenyans. Listen in.
The Member of Parliament of Manyata constituency Gitonga Mukunji has cautioned politicians who are opposing the new universal health coverage to reconsider their stance and support the new Kenya Kwanza health policy, as he had the petitioners who filed different cases against the policy to withdraw their cases for the benefit of many Kenyans who are here to benefit from the reduced NHIF cost. Gitonga said this while speaking at a funeral service of Preston Gitonga, who died from tongue cancer.
Nilikuwa na furaha sana wakati hiyo program ilikuwa imekuja kuisha hapa November. Lakini hadi saa hii in January imekwama kwa sababu ya mtu ameenda kotini. Mimi naomba huyo mtu kwa unyenyekevu sana atoe hiyo kesi kotini ndio tuweze kupata universal coverage.
Elsewhere, authorities in Nanyuki in Laikipia County have seized bang worth 5 million Kenya shillings, which was revealed to be under transportation from Tanzania to an unknown place in Meru. The driver and 2 other suspects were arrested and taken to Nanyuki police station as they await to be arraigned in court on Monday.
Baada ya kusachi hiyo gari, waliweza kudhibitisha ya kwamba ilikuwa na some packages, 50 of them, ambaye ndani yake iko na vitu nakaa kama stones. Kila package iko na stones 4, na gari yenyewe ilikuwa inabeba 50 packages.
The county police commander John Nyoike warned those involved in illegal businesses that their days are numbered, as he claimed that the authorities are on high alert to dismantle the cartels.
So far, ile mahali penye banki ilikuwa inaelekea tunajua ni Meru, lakini hasa mahali penye ilikuwa inaelekezwa tutaendelea kuikalia chini ili tuweze kupata the market ya hii banki.
Meanwhile, the Eastern Regional Commissioner Paul Rotich has announced an intensified war on illegal activities, including counterfeit drug trafficking and banditry, as he promised that the operation will continue until the region gets rid of the menace of counterfeit and illicit brews that had left many consumers with long-term health complications.
Tumekuwa na changamoto za wizi wa mifugo na hasa upande wa Isiolo Meru, na nataka niseme ya kwamba tumeweka mikakati kadhaa. Kwanza tumeweza kuajiri NPR ambao wameanza kazi tayari. Pia tuko na security operation inaendelea kule.
Derek Odhiambo, KUTV.
And more than 3,500 exhibitors expected at Las Vegas event on showcasing the consumer electronic technology. VOA's Julie Tabo from reports.
So is there anything I can touch?
Thousands of visitors are expected to see, hear, and experience the latest innovations in technology at CES 2024. This year's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. The largest consumer technology event in the world will be even bigger this time around, with a 10% increase in exhibit space and more than 3,500 exhibitors.
We really do represent the entire tech ecosystem. So it could be those healthcare companies, those transportation, mobility companies, drone companies, 3D printing companies, lifestyle technology companies, smart home companies.
More than 300 manufacturers make up the transportation category alone.
That includes companies like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Hyundai, and Kia.
and more than 1,000 of the exhibitors will be startups.
I see entrepreneurs that are very passionate about their product. And it's not just a product to make money, but more to solve a problem.
Which ties in nicely with the show's theme of technology for good.
For me, that's what's most inspiring, is to see those companies that are developing those products with, good intent to change the world and make it a better place.
Artificial intelligence is expected to dominate the exhibit floor, especially in key areas where there's been explosive growth.
You'll see how artificial intelligence is powering automobiles.
And AI is increasingly present in healthcare.
It's an explosive area of growth. What we're seeing is new different types of solutions to help patients, the end users, the consumers, connect with their doctors, connect with their healthcare providers to provide solutions to better improve their health.
Attendees will also get to see goods and services from many eco-minded companies.
Companies utilizing clean energy or showcasing technologies that are conserve energy. We're also seeing it show up in like the agricultural and food tech category, where companies are showcasing how they are producing in an energy efficient way, in a more efficient way, if you will, to solve food scarcities.
Show organizers expect 130,000 visitors from 150 countries, with a large presence from Asia.
China will have a large presence. Korea will have a very large presence. Asia is such an important market for the tech ecosystem that, it wouldn't be CES if there wasn't a strong Asian presence at the show.
Representing the best of global technology, nearly 1/3 of exhibitors at CES 2024 are from overseas.
This is that Panasonic and CES.
Julie Tabo, VOA News.
All right, time for us to take another short break here on KUTV Primetime News, and this is now Weekend Live. We come back with a few more international news and sports. Stay tuned.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday, we ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground. Every Thursday and Saturday at 9 p.m. only on KUTV.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday, we ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground. Every Thursday and Saturday at 9 p.m. only on KUTV.
watching KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. Moses Gitonga and I are back to continue informing you on what's happening internationally. And Biden kicks off 2024 re-election campaign on eve of anniversary of January 6th assault on U.S. Capitol. Take a look.
The storming of the U.S. Capitol by Donald Trump supporters seeking to prevent Congress from certifying Joe Biden's victory happened 3 years ago, on January 6, 2021. But the president wants Americans to remember.
Trump's mob wasn't a peaceful protest. It was a violent assault.
On Friday, Biden warned that former President Donald Trump's efforts to retake the White House in 2024 pose a grave threat to the country.
Trump won't do what an American president must do. He refuses to denounce political violence. So hear me clearly. I'll say what Donald Trump won't. Political violence is never, ever acceptable in the United States political system. Never, never, never. It has no place in a democracy, none.
Calling democracy a sacred cause and pledging to defend it, Biden launched his sharpest attacks yet on Trump, his likely rival in the November presidential election. Trump kick-started his 2024 campaign with a rally in Iowa.
Biden's record is an unbroken streak of weakness, incompetence, corruption, and failure. Other than that, he's doing quite well, isn't he, don't you? That's a hell of a list. That's a hell of a list, right? That's why Crooked Joe is staging his pathetic fear-mongering campaign event in Pennsylvania today.
The attack on Trump marks a new phase in Biden's campaign, focusing on Trump's effort to overturn the 2020 election, and the threat to democracy could be key to persuading people to vote for him as Biden faces dismal poll numbers, ending 2023 with only 39% favorability.
The remarks today simply demonstrate that Biden will stop at nothing to distract from the fact that he has the worst inflation in U.S. history, that he has put us on the brink of World War III, and that he has allowed the southern border to utterly collapse under his leadership over the past 3 years.
While Biden spoke, the Trump campaign said that Biden was the greatest threat to democracy and has weaponized the legal system against his chief political opponent. Trump has been indicted on 91 felony charges, including attempts to overturn the 2020 election under separate indictments from the state of Georgia and the federal government. He denies wrongdoing in all of them and leads by a wide margin among Republican primary candidates. He has signaled he will use the federal government to go after political opponents if he wins, prompting concerns about the trajectory of American democracy.
There are real stakes involved, and they need to be brought into stark relief. And I think Biden's trying to do that early on as part of this campaign.
On Friday, the Supreme Court agreed it will hear the appeal of last month's ruling by the Colorado Supreme Court that Trump cannot appear on the state's Republican primary ballot because he had engaged in insurrection. Maine has also barred Trump from the primary election ballot in the state because of his actions after the 2020 election. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.
Denmark's Maersk Group said this week it would continue to pause all cargo shipments through the Red Sea following weekend attack on one of its ships by Iranian-backed Houthi militants in Yemen. Henry Ridgwell from VOA reports.
Houthi rebels from Yemen have staged nearly 24 attacks on commercial vessels since mid-November. The militants claim they are targeting Israeli-linked vessels in support of Palestinians in Gaza, though several ships with no ties to Israel have been attacked. Shipping companies are increasingly rerouting away from the Red Sea and Suez Canal to avoid the dangers.
Trade is down by about a third. But most of that is container ships, that is the high-value goods that are going from Asia through to Europe.
Instead, many ships are sailing around the southern tip of Africa, a much longer voyage. Freight costs from Asia to northern Europe more than doubled in recent days. Last month, the United States launched Operation Prosperity Guardian, an international maritime security force aimed at countering the Houthi attacks.
The fact that container lines are not transiting shows that they have very little confidence in the ability of this US-led coalition to be able to make those traffic lanes safer.
The UN Security Council held a meeting on the attacks Wednesday amid warnings that global food security is at risk
and could potentially impact millions in Yemen, the region, and globally.
The US ambassador singled out Iran for supporting the Houthis.
It has transferred advanced weapon systems to the Houthis, including unmanned aerial systems, land attack cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles used in attacks against maritime vessels.
Iran denies supporting the Houthi attacks in the Red Sea. Meanwhile, analysts warn the militants could step up their attacks.
The Houthis know exactly what they're doing by targeting commercial shipping because it's getting the headlines and generating the concern amongst world leaders that they want for their aims and ambitions to highlight their opposition to the war in Gaza.
With shipping timetables disrupted, there are warnings that supply chain delays could last for several weeks or months. Henry Ridgewell, VOA News, London.
21 minutes past 9, another time to take a short break here on Weekend Live. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay tuned.
From the farm to the consumer, we explore agribusiness opportunities right here with you.
Changamoto lingine ni soko. Soko saa ingine bei inashuka tu drastic, kama saa hii hoho imeshuka chini.
On Money Monday, we explore business stories and engage business professionals as reference points for analyzing investment opportunities.
Last year, the economy grew by 4.8%. Which is really an indication of the resilience of the economy.
If we don't grow the economy, then we cannot have economic transformation.
We shall bring you up to speed with everything taking center stage in the business world and the state of the nation. Join me, Ann Odida, every Sunday and Monday for captivating, entertaining, and informative stories at 9 p.m.
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Boari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Welcome to Sports News. And Gor Mahia have concluded their first leg of the FKF Premier League season with an unbeaten run after bagging a victory over Posta Ranger, who sits third today at Kenyatta Stadium. Kogalo won the match through Kennedy Onyango's goal in the 39th minute, increasing their hopes of winning the title. Elsewhere, Nairobi City Stars thrashed Talanta FC 3-0, climbing to the second place with 30 points, 7 points behind league leaders Gor Mahia. And defender Pedro Porro helped Tottenham Hotspurs to qualify for the fourth round of the FA Cup after scoring the only goal in last night's match against Burnley. Porro scored at the 78th minute after both teams failed to score in the first half. In other FA matches which were played last night, Brentford was held by Wolves to a 1-1 draw, with Tommy Doyle levelling for Wolves in the second half. Tonight, Chelsea will take on Preston at the Stamford Bridge, among other matches. All right, we come to the close of the conversation tonight. Be sure to join our newsroom live at 6:30. That is on Mizizi Weekendi, and at 9 p.m. I will be back with Weekend Live on Sunday. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Moses Gitonga. Sawa.